Good day everyone, I'm Clarissa Raymundo from BSEd 3. For today, I will be teaching you how to correct sight word knowledge deficit. Sight words are common words that kids recognize instantly without sounding them out. Words like and, the, and it appear so often that beginning readers reach the point where they no longer need to sound them out. Instead, they recognize these words by sight. In correcting sight word knowledge deficit, there are 6 steps.
These procedures are suggested to be made face-to-face with the learner. However, due to the pandemic, I tried to apply the steps in an online setting. Also, since there are no kids in the house anymore, I asked my friend Daphne to act as the learner. Now, here are the procedures in correcting sight word knowledge deficit.
First, write a sentence on the chalkboard with a new word used in context and underline that word. By putting an underline to the word, we are giving emphasis on what needs to be recognized by the learner.
Good afternoon, Daphne. Hello!
Hi!
Hi! Have you eaten your merienda already?
Opo.
So, can you first see the presentation, Daphne? Clear? Is it visible? Do you want me to enlarge it or zoom it out? It's okay. Give me a thumbs up if it's okay. Okay, it's good then.
Second, let the student read the new sentence and attempt to say the new word using context clues along with word attack skills.
Alright, so I have here a sentence on the screen. I'd like you to read the sentence on the screen for me, Daphne. Would you please read the sentence?
The villain in the story is a monster.
Okay, so this sentence is, the villain in the story is a monster. Okay, again, the villain in the story is a monster. Will you repeat after me? The villain in the story is a monster. Okay, so our underlined word for today is villain. Will you please say villain for me, Daphne? Say villain.
Villain.
Again, say villain.
Villain.
Remember, if you are introducing a new story, it is especially important that you do not tell them each new word in advance, as this deprives them of the opportunity to apply word attack skills themselves. Third, discuss the meaning of the word or how it is used in talking and writing. Try to tie the new word into something in their experience. In this way, we are making learning more personal and relatable.
Let's find out what the word villain means. Okay, our word for today is villain. Daphne, say this word again for me, please. Say villain.
Villain.
Okay, a villain is the bad guy in a story who harms other people. Okay? So again, what is a villain? A villain is the bad guy in a story who harms other people. Okay? For example, we have here a picture of your favorite Disney movie. Because I know you're fond of Little Mermaid, right? I have here Ariel and Ursula. In the story The Little Mermaid, Ursula is the villain who harms Ariel. So therefore, Ursula is a bad guy who is also the villain. Okay? So again, what is Ursula? Ursula is a bad guy and she is the
Villain.
Villain, correct. She is the villain in the story.
If possible, illustrate the new word with a picture or any concrete object so that The learner will be able to visualize and easily understand the meaning of the new word.
Now I have here more examples. Here, last time you mentioned Encantadia, right? So in the show Encantadia, the villain of the show is Hagorn. Hagorn is a bad guy, remember? He made a lot of awful things towards the Sangres, right? You were telling me that last time. Okay, so again, the villain in the story Encantadia is Hagorn. Okay, so again, what kind of a person is Hagorn, Daphne? He is the
villain.
Yes, he is the villain in the story. Now this one, I'm sure you're also familiar with this since your brother is very much fond of Batman, right? I know you've seen this man already. So in the story Batman, the bad guy or the villain is Joker. Okay? Repeat the word after me. Say villain.
Villain.
Villain. So these guys are the villain in the story, for they do harmful things towards other people. Okay?
Fourth step. Write the new word as the students watch. After that, ask the students to look for configuration clues such as double letters, extenders, and descenders.
You get that, Daphne? Give me a thumbs up if you get that. Okay, you got that. Now, this is the word villain. Let's try to spell it out first, okay? It is spelled as V-I-L-L-A-I-N. Villain. Will you try this for me, Daphne? Repeat after me.
V-I-L-L-A-I-N.
Villain.
Villain.
Alright. Now, is there something you noticed with the word villain? Something that we discussed yesterday. What is so familiar or so particular with this word? You forgot, Daphne? Okay, you want me to remind you? Alright. Yesterday, we talked about words with double consonant letters in the middle. Remember? You remember now? Okay. So what double consonant letter is present in this word?
L.
L, that is correct. We have here how many L in the middle, Daphne?
2.
Right, we have 2. So for you to remember the other words that we discussed yesterday, I prepared them again so that you'll be reminded. There you go. So our word for today is, again, villain. Daphne, say villain.
Villain.
Villain, right? The villain is, again, the bad guy in the story. Okay, so remember that.
Number 5. Ask the learner to write the new word by herself. And to be sure, have her say the word while writing it.
Okay? Do you have your pen and your notebook with you, Daphne? There you go. Very good. You're prepared. For this afternoon, I'd like you to write the word villain for me. As you write the word, I'd like you to speak out the letters, each letter, okay? You understand that, Daphne?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like you to turn on your microphone while you're writing and speak each letter as you write them. Okay.
V.
V.
I.
I.
L.
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 L. You're halfway there. Come on.
A.
A.
I
I
N.
N. And what is that word, Daphne?
Villain.
Villain. Alright, very good.
For the final step, ask the learner to create and write sentences in which the word is used in context.
Since you know already what the word villain means, I'd like you to make or create a sentence for me. Can you do that, Daphne? Can you try? Okay. Alright, let me hear your sentence, Daphne.
Maleficent
Maleficent
is the villain
is the villain
in the story
in the
Sleeping
story
Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty. That is correct. And why did you say that Maleficent is the villain in the story?
Pinatulog niya po sa Sleeping Beauty.
That's correct too. Maleficent made Sleeping Beauty sleep for a long time, right? That for her to wake up, she still has to be kissed by a man. Remember that story? So Maleficent is the bad woman who made Sleeping Beauty sleep for a very long time. Okay, so therefore Maleficent is a villain. Am I correct? Yes. So again, say the word for me, Daphne. Say villain.
Villain.
There you have it, 6 steps in correcting sight word knowledge deficit. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you learned something from this video. Goodbye!